Our next presentation is from Andrea Yee, who is the Financial Capability Program Manager at the Office of Financial Empowerment. The Office of Financial Empowerment is an initiative of the SF Treasurer's Office, and they're dedicated to advancing economic justice and financial inclusion for all San Franciscans. We work very closely with Andrea on San Francisco financial counseling. I'm sure she's going to talk a lot more about it, but it's a wonderful program to get ongoing one-on-one help with your finances, and we're really lucky to have Andrea and her office as a partner for the library. So I'll let her tell you more about all the things that they offer and introduce herself. So, Andrea, come on out.
Thanks so much, Jonathan. Hi, everyone. My name is Andrea Yee, and as Jonathan was saying, I am with the San Francisco Office of Financial Empowerment. The San Francisco Office of Financial Empowerment is a unit under the umbrella of the Treasurer and Tax Collector. And let's see if I can, there we go. And our work is to convene, innovate, and advocate to strengthen the economic security and mobility of all San Franciscans. So we have a few different flagship programs here at the Office of Financial Empowerment. That's our kindergarten to college program, which is a college savings program for all San Francisco Unified School District students. We also have our free financial counseling program, which I'll go into more detail in a bit, as well as our Bank on San Francisco program, which helps to connect folks with safe and affordable bank accounts. And then we have a couple other initiatives that I want to share with you all today. But first, let me go ahead and start with our financial counseling program. Previously, we were known as Smart Money Coaching, but early last year, we rebranded to join up with a national network of financial counseling programs around the city, around the country. And so now we are known as San Francisco Financial Counseling. But this is a program provided by the city through the Treasurer's Office to provide free, confidential, one-on-one financial guidance to anyone who is living, working, or receiving services in San Francisco, and that's regardless of immigration status, regardless of income bracket. And so basically, as patrons of the San Francisco Public Library, everybody in this room and everybody, watching this presentation virtually is eligible for San Francisco financial counseling. Through the program, we can help folks to open safe and affordable bank accounts here in the city. We can help support people to build savings and emergency funds, help you to reduce and manage your debt, as well as establish and build your credit score if that is something that you want to work on. I should pause and just sort of say that as a city-run program, we only work with folks who are 18 and older, so that is one of our main criteria. So I know a lot of times folks want us to work with their high schoolers or their elementary and middle schoolers, and unfortunately, folks have to be 18 or older or emancipated to work with our financial counselors. Just to give you a sense of what to expect when you sign up for financial counseling, the first appointment is always going to be that sort of like assessment session with our financial counselors. So it's going to be a little bit longer because they're going to be asking about the specifics of your financial situation, right? You're going to share your personal contact information, and they're going to help you look up your free credit report. And they're going to walk you through your credit report to make sure that you understand everything that's on there, and also to help you make sure that everything that's on there actually belongs to you, because we all know that credit reports often contain errors. And so if you do identify any errors with your financial counselor, they can help you to dispute those and get that cleared up off your credit report. But in that first session, they'll also they'll also want to get to know you, right? They're trying to get a better sense of, what are your financial goals? What is it that you're looking to achieve through financial counseling? So they'll talk with you about your budget, your credit, any of those like personal finance goals that you're looking to make some progress on, right? And so hopefully by the end of that 60-minute session, you will have worked with your financial counselor, and the two of you will co-create your financial action plan to focus on in future sessions as well. So, one of the things we all like to, the financial counseling team and I like to highlight here, it's not like our financial counselors have magic wands where they can just, wave their magic wand over your credit report and just make the bad things disappear, right? It doesn't really work like that. But it is sort of like a longer relationship that they want to be able to develop with you so that they can, provide encouragement, guidance, resources, financial options for you in your in whatever you're experiencing, and help you to achieve the goals that you set out to achieve in your financial action plan. So they really, it's not just like a come see them for one session and then that's it. We really encourage folks to continue to meet with our financial counselors regularly, be that like once a month, or, we like to encourage folks to attend sessions with them at least like 3 or 4 times in order to actually see that progress happening on your personal finances, whether it's, whether they're helping you to open a safe and affordable bank account, whether they're helping you to establish and build your credit, or make some headway on, reducing your debt or anything like that. So, we really encourage folks to understand that this process is a multi-session process. And then, in those, in the following sessions, right, they do tend to get shorter, right? Because it's like, first they do the assessment, which can be lengthier. And these sessions are about, you getting to a better sense of our financial counselor as well, right? Like it's a two-way relationship. And so, we want to make sure that you feel comfortable with the financial counselor that you get matched with as well. But yeah, they can help in those follow-up sessions. They can help support you with your goals, help provide motivation to make sure you stay on track. And also, they're really understanding. They understand that real life happens, right? You get an unexpected parking ticket here in San Francisco, or you get, a medical bill that you thought your insurance was going to cover, right? If you bring that to them, they can work with you on how to adjust that original financial action plan so that they can, so that you can make accommodations and work that in to your longer term plan, and make sure you still keep on track towards your financial goals. So that's basically the appointment structure for our financial counseling program. And I should highlight too that our financial counselors are open to meeting with you either over the phone, through video like Zoom or Teams or whatever you prefer. And then they can also meet with you in person, either right here at the San Francisco Main Library or other locations throughout the city, like the Women's Building and the Mission, or we partner with the Human Services Agency here in San Francisco as well. So like we have counselors who sit at those locations. So, there are various locations throughout the city if you prefer to meet with our financial counselors in person. That definitely is an option. And as I was mentioning before, our financial counselors are very client-directed. They understand that you all are the best judges of your personal financial situation, and so their job is not to make decisions for you, but to equip you with knowledge, with options, with guidance to help you figure out what that best solution is going to be for your personal financial situation. Our counselors are also, we really pride our team on being non-judgmental, really supportive and empowering of all our clients. We also just want to, highlight, these are some of the city funders and partners that we work with. And so, like I was mentioning before, these are some of the different sites that if you want to meet with them in person, these are some of the places that we have our financial counselors physically located at. Of course, the most popular being right here at the San Francisco Public Main Library, but we also work with the Human Service Agency, the San Francisco Airport, actually, and the Department of Homelessness and Supportive Housing. Currently, we work with 3 different financial counseling providers, and these are two nonprofits, Balance and the SF LGBT Center, along with a social enterprise financial capability investment. And they are the ones who are out in the different communities providing the financial counseling services. And so, we recognize that a lot of the organizations in the city have really great relationships with different communities throughout San Francisco, and so that's why we partner really closely with them so that they can help us to reach more folks. I just also wanted to highlight that we have financial counselors who are bilingual, multilingual. All of our counselors speak English, but we do have I want to say like 5 or 6 different counselors who are bilingual in English, Spanish. And then we currently have one counselor who speaks Mandarin as well. But if you or anyone you refer needs to have financial counseling in another language, you can just go ahead and note that for us when they sign up, and we can make sure to have language line or other interpretation services available for them when they meet with our financial counselor. And then all of our financial counselors are certified by the National Association of Certified Credit Counselors. And so, I guess the next question is, how can folks sign up for our service? So you can sign up on our website, which is sfgov.org/OFE/counseling. Outside in the lobby, we also have a plethora of flyers with our QR code on it, so you can, just scan that and sign up for an appointment that way. We also, with our wonderful partnership with the San Francisco Public Library, offer a free monthly webinar on a different financial topic every month. So usually a different financial counselor will tackle a different financial topic. Here, coming up in October, we have Ways to Trim Your Budget on October 22nd. In November, we are talking about making a plan for debt. And then in December, we have Slaying the Holidays. So you can check out that flyer in the lobby as well and sign up for one of our free upcoming webinars, which, kind of gives you an opportunity to start to get to know some of our financial counselors, and maybe you can get a better sense of which of our financial counselors you want to sign up for a session with. Our next program at the Office of Financial Empowerment that we want to highlight is our Kindergarten to College program. And so I was mentioning earlier, this is a program for all of our San Francisco Unified School District students. But every student, kindergarten through 12th grade, in the school district automatically receives a K2C account at Citibank seated with $50 for their future education. So that's $50 from the city, goes into that account. It's automatically open for every student who is enrolling in SFUSD for the first time. And then that student gets to keep that account throughout their SFUSD career. And they can add to it, they can earn additional incentives. And these accounts are great because they don't have any fees. They do not count towards any income limits or impact public benefits in any way. There are various deposit channels, whether folks can go in person to a Citibank branch and deposit money that way. Folks can make deposits by mail, all kinds of ways. They are dedicated college savings accounts that, the idea being that once students know that they have this dedicated account for college, the child is more likely to want to apply to college, to graduate college within 4 years, all this kind of thing. It helps to change the mindset of a lot of SFUSD students and families. I can get into some more details on that in a little bit, but I also just wanted to highlight, any of the SFUSD students can view their accounts online. And then, these are deposit-only accounts, but we do have the option of making emergency withdrawals. So like, for example, during COVID, right? A lot of families had been saving in their students' K2C accounts, but because of the emergency, right, like they wanted to access those excuse me, access those funds early. And so they were able to withdraw their contributions during that time. And then now that the emergency is over, they can, continue to replenish those funds. Here's a slide that sort of details some of the benefits of K2C. Excuse me for a second while I take a sip of water. So as I was saying, students are more likely to enroll in college when they have a K2C account, and among underrepresented students in particular, we're seeing an increase in college enrollment by 12%. We're also seeing 7% higher on-time graduation rates. As I was mentioning before, there are various ways to make a deposit. They can visit a branch, and they can also mail in check or money order, and then they can also make direct deposits or via bill pay through your local bank or credit union website. And then these are the school year incentives, like the various ways that students can earn additional funds into their account throughout the year. So there's a Save Now bonus, there's a match incentive, there's also growth incentive, and an incentive for viewing or for registering their account and viewing their balance online. For first through fifth graders at select schools, there's an additional $200 available, which they can get access to if they make a deposit of at least $5. They get an extra $150. If they make a second deposit of at least $5, they get another $150 incentive. And then K2C will also seed the account at these particular schools with an additional $200. So this is just a quote from one of our star students, Talia Miller, who recently graduated with the class of 2023. She has just been a rock star, but basically she has been working on, she was working on saving with her K2C account for a really long time, and she is putting that money towards going to college and becoming a community advocate for Black and brown people in San Francisco, especially on the medical side. In a similar vein, we also just wanted to highlight the Cal Kids program, which is the state's equivalent of kindergarten to college. So at the state level, folks are eligible to receive anywhere from $500 to $1,500. And that's for every student born in California on or after July 2022, or July 1st, 2022. And then if they are in a low-income public school, as of the 2021-2022 school year, or if they are in a low-income public school for first graders in any of the subsequent years. So there's like some very specific criteria here. So I think, oftentimes a lot of students find the easiest way is to just go to the website, put in their information, and see if they have money in their account. I think what's unique about the sort of like kindergarten to college and Cal Kids, like families can benefit from saving with K2C with California's Scholar Share 529 plan. So it's sort of like if you're worried about having multiple accounts, right, you can sort of like consolidate those into a Scholar Share 529 plan. The Scholar Share 529 plan has investment options with federal and state tax-free growth. And then you can view your Cal Kids balance and your Scholar Share balance together. And then, as I was saying, you can move all or some of your K2C contributions and incentives to a 529 as well. Next, I'm going to take a few minutes to talk about Bank On San Francisco. This is the program here in San Francisco where we, our office, the Office of Financial Empowerment, actually vets different bank accounts at credit unions and banking institutions to ensure that they're safe and affordable for folks. So we have a set of standards that we make sure all of these accounts pass. But basically, Bank On San Francisco helps folks to find safe, affordable bank accounts that don't have any overdraft fees or other hidden fees. And, that a lot of them don't have we make sure they don't have any monthly required monthly balances and those types of things. We like to say that, even if folks don't have a social security number or a California ID, or if folks have had trouble banking in the past, with Bank On San Francisco, everybody is welcome. So some of those account features that we like to highlight are, as I said, no overdraft or other hidden fees, but we also make sure these accounts all have online and mobile banking to make sure that they are like actually convenient accounts to use. We make sure that there's a minimum opening deposit of $25 or less because, a lot of these accounts are like requiring like $500 or that, like not everybody might have that. And so we want to make sure that these are affordable for everyone to access. As I was referring to, there's no minimum balance required from month to month. So, a lot of us get paid at the beginning of the month. By the end of the month, that might be a significantly lower amount in our account. And so we don't want folks to get penalized for that. And so we make sure that all of these accounts have no minimum balance required from month to month. We also make sure that these accounts have flexible account opening, and what that means is that we we work with these different financial institutions, whether they be banks or credit unions, to ensure that they accept multiple forms of ID and alternative ID, because we recognize here in San Francisco, not everyone has a California driver's license, right? And so we've worked with these financial institutions to ensure that they accept different forms of ID like tribal IDs, foreign passports, matricular consular cards, and of course the San Francisco City ID. So those are just some of the IDs that are accepted at our different Bank On San Francisco account institutions. But yeah, you'll want to definitely check with each financial institution to see what their specific ID requirements are. And then, of course, the last feature, low monthly fees of $10 or less. Oftentimes for our Bank On San Francisco accounts, the monthly fee of $10 or less is waived if you set up direct deposit or some other similar criteria. And these are we used to have 9, now I think we have 10 because we've added one more credit union in the mix, but these are the 10 different Bank On San Francisco accounts that our office has vetted. They include 2 credit unions, Self-Help Federal Credit Union and Golden One Credit Union, but I want to be just extra clear that it's not the financial institutions that are bank on certified, it's these specific accounts within these financial institutions. So I just like to make sure everybody's clear on that, so they don't just like try to go to Chase and like open any random account. Like it's this specific secure banking account at Chase Bank. And so, yeah, a lot of them, you can just like go onto their websites, search for these particular accounts, and they will fulfill all of the previous criteria that I just reviewed. And next, I wanted to talk a little bit about the Treasurer's Office Financial Justice Project, because they've been doing a lot of really amazing, innovative work. They've been the first in the nation effort embedded within the government to assess and reform the different fines and fees that the city sort of often has penalties with folks on. And we have just, there's been a lot of research out there that points to the fact that these fines, fees, and financial penalties have a disproportionate and adverse impact on low-income folks and people of color. So within the Treasurer and Tax Collector's Office, the Financial Justice Project has really been at the forefront doing a lot of work to work with different city departments to get those fines and fees reduced or eliminated for folks with low incomes. So for example, a lot of the work that they have done includes getting reduced or eliminated fines and fees when it comes to fare evasion tickets or parking tickets, or when you get your car towed. I think San Francisco is at this time like notorious for having like the highest car tow payment. I think it's something like $700 if you get your car towed, and that's not even including the daily rate at the impound lot. And so, the Financial Justice Project has done a lot of work to work with these different city departments to get that reduced. So, for example, the car tow fee gets reduced down to $100 instead of $700 for folks who fall within the income brackets. And this is just because like the research shows that a lot of these fines and fees are just like never collected because people aren't, not everyone can afford to pay these fines and fees. And so it's sort of like a lot of effort on the city's part to try to like go and collect these fines and fees from folks. And then folks are continually penalized because they can't, there's no way they can pay them. And so through these fine and fee discounts, it's sort of like a middle ground, right? Like the fines and fees are either eliminated or made a lot more affordable for folks so that they can pay them and then move on with their lives. And so that's the city ends up, recouping a little bit of that money, or just, completely getting that debt cleared off the books. So it's kind of like a win-win. I think I already talked about this, but yeah. Oh, yep. So the question is about a quality of life citation. I am actually not the expert on the Financial Justice Project's tickets. So there's actually going to be a brochure out front. And I should have said this at the beginning. I'm happy to stay after the presentation and take folks' individual questions in the lobby afterwards. But I just have a few more slides that I want to get through and make sure we have plenty of time for our other presenters as well. So thank you. Thank you for the question. Hopefully I can talk with you more in the lobby afterwards. Okay, so I think I already covered a little bit more about the car tow situation. And this is just like a little bit more detail about the towing and boot discounts. Because a lot of these fine and fee discounts are with different departments within the city of San Francisco, you'll want to look carefully at the eligibility criteria for the particular fine or fee that you're looking for, because the eligibility criteria does vary from department to department. So, for example, for the towing and booting situation, their eligibility criteria is for folks who receive Medi-Cal, CalFresh, WIC, or SF, or have an SFMTA Lifeline Pass. It could also be someone who has an annual income of less than 200% of the federal poverty line. And those are, but that's by household size, which is listed here. But yeah, folks can just go to auto return if they are towed, or the SFMTA customer service center if they're booted, and then they complete the income verification form to get that fine or fee discount. Yeah, of course, you have to show your valid driver's license and prove that you're the owner of the vehicle and all that stuff. But yeah, so they've tried to make it as straightforward and as easy for folks as possible. But yeah, you'll definitely want to take a closer look at this. And we do have a comprehensive fine and fee discount guide that's available online. You can scan the QR code that's on the screen right now, or in the lobby, we have a bunch of different brochures that you can take with you. And then, of course, it's located on our website as well. And then this guide, we have it in various languages on our website as well. So if you have any questions about that or need to look for any more information on the individual fine and fee discounts, you can do that there as well. But that does bring me to the end of the presentation, actually. So we are finished a few minutes early. So I'm just going to go ahead and, yeah, I'm going to end it there and pass it on to our next presenter. And then for those of you who have individual questions, I can meet you in the lobby outside in front of the table for the Office of Financial Empowerment. It has a bunch of our flyers with all of the resources that I talked about today. And then if you have any other questions, you're welcome to email me as well. You can reach me at andrea.yee@sfgov.org. Thank you so much for being such a wonderful audience. And yeah, we hope to see you sign up for financial counseling. We hope to see you enjoying the rest of Financial Planning Day. And yeah, if you have any questions, I will see you in the lobby soon. Okay, thank you.